What's going on, good people of the world? I hope everybody's doing well and you guys had a good weekend. A lot of stuff going on. We're going to try to cover all of it. It's been scary and mind blowing at the same time. And we simply have a lot to talk about.
Busy week.
Very busy week. And as always, this is your host, Luis Osorio, and my field correspondent and significant other, Tabitha Joy Wise. How are you?
Good. Field correspondent?
Field correspondent. You're out there reporting the news for me.
Oh.
And I think it would be a great way to start the topic with your recent hike, enjoying the mountains of Colorado. And you had a little bit of an...
Recent as of 2 hours ago.
Yeah, because you just went this morning. You had a recent encounter.
I was very close to never hiking again. I almost hit an animal as I was driving to my hike. Got a couple miles from the trailhead and a huge mountain lion jumped out in front of me.
Out of all the animals that you can hit...
I mean, there's deer, there's all kinds of stuff, but nope, mountain lion.
That's one you really don't want to fuck with because they had been multiple sightings of mountain lions in Colorado. We had a lot of them in Aspen. I don't know if you've been watching the videos. Mm-hmm. And it was a big one.
Big one. Easily twice my size. He was huge. He, I have no idea. But very big mountain lion. I had to slam on the brakes, did a little scream, and kept driving.
Oh, my fucking God. And the problem is, I mean, at the same time, I'm glad you didn't hit it because it's a very...
Yeah, it would have damaged my car.
It's a very beautiful animal, and they control most of the population in Colorado because they do hunting, and they get, like, you know, varmint, they hunt deer. It brings a nice balance to the force, so to speak. But the other problem was that you were hiking 2 miles from there.
Yeah, and those things move quick.
Yes.
The entire hike, I was looking behind me. Every little crackle I heard. There's all kinds of animal tracks all over the hike.
Yes, it was very possible that he was roaming around the area where you were hiking. And the problem is that you have a very terrible habit of wanting to hike alone. You don't want...
I love it.
Yeah, you love it, but you're also putting your life in extreme danger because animals, if they don't hear a lot of noise, that's when they come out and that's when they can attack you. And there was actually a woman recently that was basically killed by a mountain lion. It hasn't happened in years. I think the last
decades,
time.
I think.
Yeah, I think it was the 70s around that time where the woman got attacked and killed. And there was also a guy that was attacked. Well, he survived. He fought the mountain lion, which is crazy. I don't know if you would have done that.
No, this thing was huge. There's no way. You know, I looked it up after the hike because there's always some sort of indigenous theory on like why you see certain animals, and it's supposed to be a gift. They're like supposed to. You rarely see them because they hide.
Really, I didn't know that. So they're like considered a gift to the indigenous people, and they're amazing. I saw 2 of them, but they were not as big as the one you saw. Yeah, they get very, very big. I seen them smaller, like the size of a large Maine Coon cat, which they're pretty big. But the ones you saw and the ones that people have been seeing in Aspen and close to the mountains in Idaho Springs, they literally look like leopards, like gigantic animals.
Yeah, it was huge. And I normally don't do hikes below tree line, which is 11,000 feet, something like that. So, but this hike, I had to go 1,000 feet up before I hit tree line. So I was hiking through the woods for most of the time. So I was very nervous. Very, very nervous.
Yeah, they're very intense predators. They love hunting. They do it alone. They don't hunt in packs like wolves. So they're very aggressive. And once you see one, then it's over and done. There's not much you can do. If you run, they get motivated to chasing you. If you attack them and you go into a full-on fight with them, you better be a strong individual because you have to be able to choke them out, which is what that guy did. Mm-hmm. That guy took the one that he was battling out. I believe it was in Boulder. And he got scratched and bit everywhere, but he managed to choke it out. If you're strong enough, you can kill one. But it's very, very difficult. I'm glad you survived it. I'm glad you didn't.
I mean, at least I was in my car, right? It wasn't on the trail when I saw him.
Yeah, but he could have followed you because the problem is that they are predators. They hunt based on your like where you're at. They can smell you. They can follow you. They can stalk you. They're vicious little fuckers. So you got lucky. I'm glad that you survived that. Just next time, bring a little bit of bird spray. I believe bird spray works against them
They
too.
said it's supposed to work against all animals out there. It's meant for bears, but it works for everything.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, lesson learned. We were just saying last night, I was like, oh, you don't need to worry about that stuff till you're deep, deep in the woods. Well,
Yeah, because you think you're invincible, and I get it. It's super cute. It's like it's very brave. You think you're hot shit, and I get it. It's a possibility, But once you encounter like with no weapons, right? Because you have no firearms. That's another fucking problem. You don't believe in firearms. I think sometimes you think you're just gonna pet them and they're gonna like fucking.
oh, no, I didn't think that today.
Yeah, they're vicious. You have to kill them. It's the same with bears. Bears are like very cute. I seen a couple of them sleeping in the middle of a fucking tree above me in Colorado, and it's incredible when you look at them and people think they're cute, but people don't realize how vicious these animals are. They'll kill ananybody. They don't give a shit. To them, you're food and entertainment. But I'm glad you survived it. Hopefully, you'll be like a little bit.
Hopefully it's a one and done. I've heard of hikers that have been going for years and have never seen one.
Yes, this is true. I was in Colorado for years. When I came, I moved here like 12 years ago. It took me like 8 years to see a mountain lion. But a bear, I saw it like in my first month of being here. And so I got lucky and I saw with the kids. We were down in Rocky Mountain and we saw a bear. But some people have lived here 20 years and they never seen a fucking animal. They just seen gophers and crap. But you got lucky. I've gotten lucky a few times where you can see these beautiful creatures. There's a lot out there. But yeah, shout out to the good people of Colorado. Be careful out there.
Be safe.
Yeah. Get yourself some spray or even a gun if you can carry one and you feel safe carrying one. I mean, there's some forests that have limitations and you can't carry firearms, but there's some that allow it. Even a knife can save you. If you get attacked and you're tussling with one of those animals on the ground, you can stab them, you can survive. But whatever you can do out there, you keep yourself, safe. It helps.
And the hike was Chief Mountain, if anyone's curious.
Yeah,
That's the area where the mountain lion was.
the hike looked beautiful. You showed me the
great.
pictures. It looked incredible. It was really pretty, really beautiful day. So you got lucky. What else we got going on? The Denver Nuggets and the Oklahoma City Thunder got into a big, big scuffle.
My God.
I have never seen Nikola Jokic.
He was possessed.
He was possessed by the Serbian gods. I have never seen him in a situation like that where he gets so angry. And for those of you who don't watch NBA basketball, the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Denver Nuggets have been at it. They have like a rivalry. I think we can officially call it a rivalry.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a very big one. They went to Game 7 last year. Unfortunately, the Denver Nuggets lost. It was the most challenging game that they had from any game, but right? Because everyone else they beat easily last year. But they had to tussle with the Denver Nuggets. It was a really good game. And unfortunately, we lost. But then it created like a state of unease between them. And 2 days ago, they had a game in Oklahoma, and Nikola Jokic has been suffering from a knee injury. He's been dealing with this shit for a while. He lost a ton of games. I believe it was 12 of them. At that point, Lou Dort managed to pull off his usual bullshit because we know he's a goddamn cheater. And he pulled out his leg to make Nikola Jokic trip on his bad knee. But the entire Oklahoma team was going after him. You could tell they wanted to injure him.
Which I didn't see until after the fact. If you look at all of the clips leading up to that moment, they were all going after his knee. Every single one of them.
Yeah, it was terrible. You could see that they were actively going after him, wanting to injure him. But Lou Dort always does the devil's bidding. He is one of those players that is problematic. And when he did that, he pulled his leg out. Nikola got up and lost it. Like you could tell he was like angry, but he wasn't that angry. He was angry at Lou Dort. He approached him. He's like, "What the hell are you doing? You're gonna get me injured again." And Lou Dort was like, you know how he is. He immediately plays it innocent, which makes me mad because there's other players that are assholes like Green and fucking Golden State.
And they own it.
They own it, but he was like, "Oh, I haven't done anything." I'm like, "You motherfucker! You almost like broke his knee again." It was like wild. But then the other kid approaches. I forget
Williams?
Williams, which I think it was Williams. I forget. He has a mouth on him, and he grabbed Nikola by the shirt, and that's when fucking Jokic lost it. When I saw that video, I was blown away.
It took so many men to pull those two apart. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I never seen Nikola Jokic like that. It was very scary. He had the eyes. His eyes were telling a big, big story. He looked like he just wanted to choke someone out. It was very scary. But, people have to understand, Nikola Jokic is not a white boy. I think people mistake that.
Mm-hmm.
And you got these players who are like, they want to run shit on the NBA and approach him thinking that he's some kid from Indiana. Nikola Jokic was born in a place in Serbia called Sombor. And I don't know if you know about his childhood story.
Mm-mm.
He was living in the little town in Serbia with his parents in a small 2-bedroom apartment, his grandmother and his 2 brothers. Have you seen Nikola Jokic's brothers before?
Yeah, they're massive.
Correct. So he was the small boy, and they took care of him, and they gave him basketball. And he was a good kid that lived in his home. But at times when the Yugoslavian wars hit, he had to hide in bombshells. And they battled against Croatia. And they had a lot of situations when there were small kids where they had to seek shelter and live like very tough lives. Nikola Jokic has been through a lot. So he's seen firsthand since he was a child back in the 2000s with those wars where he saw death, of friends, of loved ones, of family members. He managed to struggle. And I think that's why part of him has this level of sense sometimes where he has patience. Later in the game, you saw him. He was like, it happens at games. I didn't like it.
It's amazing, though, because he's so calm most of the time. And then he just snaps. Like, once you push it too far, and which they did, he lost it for a few minutes.
Nikola Jokic is a very calm dude. He's a kind human being. Mm-hmm. We've seen him in person when we go down to Denver to watch the games. You've seen his interactions with little children. He's a very compassionate man, a very humble man. He takes his teammates, he hangs out with his teammates. He takes them to the little town to hang out with the friends. It's crazy when you think about it, how humble and how good of a human he is. But you got to be careful because he also doesn't like injustice, which is what he's seen since he was a child against his country from Russia and from all of other countries. He's seen injustice at firsthand. And when he sees unfairness in the court and injustice, and he sees refs not handling things the way they're supposed to, he changes. Something in him clicks. And when you saw his eyes, I have never seen anything like it.
No, I want to know what was said to him because that was crazy.
Yes, I have no idea what the conversation was, but I remember him grabbing him, looking at him. He was ready to end his season.
Yeah, I know, because Dort hit him. He was obviously mad, but he was walking away, right? He was saying something but walking away. And then Williams came up. Whatever he said set him off in a way I've never seen.
Yes. And I think that now for the next game, there's rumors that his brothers are going to be there because they take things personally and they're their protectors, So I think at one point, Nikola really thought, I'm shocked that he didn't strike him. I'm shocked to my core that he didn't punch him. He didn't. He kept his cool. And at one point, you can tell he told him what he needed to say to him, and then he let him go. And then you could see Christian Braun and Mary trying to control him. But he was just like, I'm going to leave this shit here, but you better take care of it. And luckily, Lou Dort got ejected from the game. It was considered a flagrant 2. And I believe the league suspended him for games. I think it's 10 games.
Yeah.
I think the league should get rid of him.
That's long overdue.
Correct.
He does this all the time.
He's a cheater. He's a horrible human. He injures people. He does it, and then he pretends like he's not doing it. He's a gigantic piece of shit. The entire Oklahoma City Thunder is a garbage team. They won the championship, but I have no respect. And as I'm sure most of the league and most of basketball fans have no respect for the Oklahoma City
No,
Thunder.
because they're not playing in a way that gains respect. SGA is like always faking fouls. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, they're a shit team, and I don't think they're going to win the championship this year, to be quite honest. I think it's going to be either us or it's going to be probably San Antonio. They're looking fantastic out there. I don't know what's going to happen, but we have an entirely new thing going on, right? We have Valanciunas, who plays hard on the paint. We have people like Brucey B, who's doing his job out there. We got P. Watt, who's doing incredible, and he's having the best season he's ever had. But unfortunately, right now, he's injured with his hamstring, along with your
My other boyfriend.
your other boyfriend who you love, who I'm hoping he's back because we're playing Oklahoma, I believe is in April 10, and I am hoping that both of them are ready to go.
I think they will be by then.
Yeah, they're looking good, they're looking healthy, so I think we'll be fine. But shout out to the Denver Nuggets. Nobody wants to watch any other game more than Oklahoma and the Denver Nuggets. I mean, we've officially created this.
It was a good game.
It was a fantastic game. Unfortunately, we lost it on overtime, which is sad. But hey, listen, we got another opportunity next week in Oklahoma, and then we have another game in Denver happening in April 10th. I'm gonna find a way for us to be at that game because it's gonna be a fucking game changer. I can't even imagine what's gonna happen there, but I look forward to hosting the Oklahoma City Thunder here in Denver. We're going to kick your fucking asses. You're going to see. It's going to be great. Shout out to Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets and everybody out there. We're greatly represented. We're very proud of our Nuggets out here in Denver, Colorado. All right, what else do we got going on? We are at war with Iran.
For why?
A legit war, like missiles and everything. Death.
Yeah, did I see he bombed again last night?
Yes, he and Israel, they've been bombing actively. Very, very, very bad situation what we have going on right now.
And do we know what is their logic? What are they saying is the reason for this war besides nuclear bombs?
Yeah, they are saying that they are basically protecting the regions and helping out Israel because you know what they've always said, it's always been the position of the United States that if Israel is not safe, then no one in the world is safe, which I find like complete bullshit.
It is complete bullshit.
It's a lie that they've been selling to us for a while because they're getting a lot of money from AIPAC and a lot of money from Netanyahu. And we somehow manage to create and adopt this little monster that goes away in the middle of the night and eats people and then comes back and sleep next to you in your bed. It's like kind of those monsters from Stranger Things.
Oh, my God.
These people have given us nothing.
Have you seen the clips where everyone's talking about Trump like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, was saying, oh, the president's going to take us to war with Iran and I'm a peacemaker. Have you seen those yet?
Yeah, he's always been portrayed as the president of peace. I don't know where the fuck did they get that.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, it's not peace if you're creating the wars and then trying to eliminate them. That's not how it works.
Oh, my God.
But you know what it is, in all honesty? I think it's just a distraction from the Epstein files.
For sure.
Yeah, there's no other better, more suited and complete explanation for what's happening.
It's become a fun little game for him to go into countries and either take over or bomb or create havoc. He thinks this is like a video game, I'm convinced. In his old dementia, it's just like all activities for him to have fun with.
It's idiotic. Have you seen the movie Wag the Dog?
No.
You should watch it. It's a fantastic movie. The movie Wag the Dog was portrayed by Robert De Niro and Dustin Hoffman. And it's the story of this president. And I am telling you, this is like life imitating art. It was created back in the 90s where the president of the United States gets into a situation of a sexual scandal. And there's this guy, he's basically like a spin doctor, portrayed by Robert De Niro, where he is trying to control the narrative and change the situation in regards to how are people going to view the president, because they are going into elections again. And they want to make sure that his numbers don't sink because of the sexual scandal. So he has the brilliant idea and says, we're going to create a movie about going into war with Albania. I'm not fucking with you. Go watch the movie. And he says, I'm going to hire this Hollywood director to create this facade that we're going into war with Albania. And they even talked to Albanians, and they managed to get a camera crew, to get a music jingle, like and Willie Nelson.
Oh my God.
And Willie Nelson does the song, and it's like a We Are the World kind of bullshit. And they get a bunch of artists, and they manage to create and generate with actors and camera crews and everything by a director in Hollywood, which is played by Dustin Hoffman, where they are basically distracting people into thinking that we are going into war so that they don't think that the president is in a sexual scandal. And the movie's called Wag the Dog, which is the term wag the dog to have people distracted from the true situation that is happening and is of more importance. Isn't that fucking wild?
There's a lot of movies that imitate what's happening right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I've been like so involved into this situation with the war. Because I don't know if you know, I'm a geography minor. Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I concentrated when I graduated from labor relations. Before I went to law school, I got into geography like heavily. And one of the things you study is geopolitical stuff and wars. And because I've been watching Homeland a lot, I started like reading up on Iran and just getting informed on what's happening and a lot of stuff that I think we should mention that is important. Because there's many moving parts to this situation, but some of them are like truly eye-opening. The first one is that they killed the Ayatollah. Did you see that?
I did see that.
So yeah, that in and of itself is a problem. The Ayatollah Khomeini has been in power for over 36 years. They run basically like a dictatorship. Mm-hmm. So a lot of Iranians, looked up to their supreme leader. This was a guy that ran heavily in terms of how we control education, how we control women's rights, religion. And when I say we, I mean them. And a lot of people don't agree with the way Iran has been running. They despise them. Mm-hmm. So I imagine that Trump at one point sat down with his advisors and they said, if you're going to go to war over something, this might be the best way to go about it because this guy is heavily hated and we can just take him out.
That's crazy. I saw a video talking about him. And they were saying he's like he's not like a prime minister. He's not even like a dictator. He's like second to God, right? Like that's how they consider him. Like him or not, he's like that high of a figure.
Correct. The Ayatollah is a very respected, renowned figure in Iran politics and the way that they portray Islam and how the rules should be followed. They're very traditional. They're not as liberal as you would think. And he was a horrible human being. There's multiple evidence of him killing innocent civilians in the streets for multiple reasons related to religion and expressing themselves against the government of Iran. He was a legit bona fide dictator. Yeah. He was 80 years old, I believe. He was pretty old. And at some point, they thought, well, if we're going to take out someone, that's the guy you want to take out. Now, Iran is very divided. There's a lot of people who support it, people who have been abroad, who live in the United States and other countries saying, yeah, he needed to be taken out. But there's a lot of other people in Iran, including women, that are saying it is our right to commit martyrism. It is our right to know when we leave this earth, but Americans can do it for us.
Yeah, why are we getting involved?
Yeah, I think that was the main deal. The main problem was that we didn't know how to address it properly and to let the people self-determine. But as always, that we want to be the police of the fucking world. And this is one of those situations where it didn't matter.
Wow.
Another one that's very heavy and hard pill to swallow is that he did it without the authorization of Congress. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
It's very scary. The president, technically, all of legal scholars, all lawyers, us agree that war can only be authorized by Congress. There's an Article 2 on the Constitution that allows the president to go into small armed conflicts, or what we call under the Constitution and the laws, engagements, where they did it with Maduro. That's one of the situations that they utilized, this Article 2 of the Constitution, where they said, if it's within our benefit, and the benefit of the American people, whether it's to secure our nation or for reasons of financial stability, we can engage against another country temporarily without Congress or the authorization of the lawmakers. But the problem is that you also have to take into consideration how long does the engagement last, right?
Yeah, that all feels very fluffy. That without a better term, that seems very like you could manipulate.
Yeah, it is extremely fluffy. Right now, it's been, I believe, 3 days since the first bombardment, which took out a small school of over 80 people, died. Most of them young children, girls. One of the saddest things that we've ever seen come out of this situation. They're also attacking heavily other countries because even though Iran doesn't have intercontinental ballistic missiles, they do have long-range ones. They won't reach the United States anytime soon. But with their uranium program and the funding that they've been getting from other countries such as Russia and China, they have developed a pretty solid system where they can attack people in a very substantial and significant way.
Yeah, but what about Russia? Russia can reach us easily. So what happens when they get involved?
Right now, without the help of anybody, they managed to attack multiple sites where we know that the United States have bases. Qatar is one of them. The United Arab Emirates is another. Jordan got heavily thrown into the mix. And Iraq got bombarded as well. Because we got bases everywhere, including Israel and also Turkey and Egypt. So this is a situation that's creating a state of unease for the entire region. Now, definitely you are correct that Iran, even though they don't have intercontinental ballistic missiles, they do have the support of Russia with Putin, and they also have China. Now, let's start by Russia because you asked about them. Russia, as you know, they have been heavily into a war with Zelensky and Ukraine. A lot of their funding has been going down there. They are sending millions and millions of dollars in personnel, in, firearms, weapons, missiles, all the shit you can possibly imagine. And Zelensky, who has the balls of the size of Montana, he doesn't give a shit. He's been fighting them for over 2 years. He's giving them hell and back. And Russia has not been having a good time with it. So I don't think they are in the financial spot or the process where they can help Iran. I saw the other day that they had their prime minister, their foreign prime minister, Sergei Lavrov, and he was talking in Moscow saying, they have all of our verbal support that they need. So he literally said that. I was like, that's very fucking smart. And the first time it happened, I don't know if you remember that they had a bombing in Iran where they destroyed a bunch of oil reserves and a bunch of military spots.
Yeah, last summer.
Yeah, in the summer. And they also said the same thing. They're like, yeah, we support Iran in their cause, but our support is verbal. Like, they don't want to get into it. Then you have China. China is a very interesting one because I don't know if you know this, but 1/4 of oil preserves transactions and barges coming out of any place, it's in the Persian Gulf. And the Persian Gulf is mostly controlled by Iran. They have a lot of fucking oil coming out of there. China is heavily worried because the majority of their oil reserves in regards to anything in their industry, including petrol, right? So they can move their cars around, comes from Iran.
Yeah.
So they definitely want them protected. But China's main worry is that the United States will then get into a scuffle with them.
Yeah, if China gets involved, it's a much bigger deal. We're heading into World War III at that point, don't you think?
Absolutely. And they know that this might come later into fruition on something that is far more than they want to handle. So I think that they don't want to deal with it as well. They don't look forward to getting into war, defending Iran by fighting the United States of America and Israel. So it's not something they're interested in. There's a situation also with the Strait of Hormuz in the Persian Gulf where they can block it. And if they prevent those ships from coming out and providing fuel for China, China can go into shit in 3 months. So it's not something that they're looking forward to.
which is motivation for them to maybe help instead of backing off, you know?
There's a possibility of that. At the end of the day, it's still a war that nobody wants, really, not even Iran. But at this point, they have no choice but to attack back. There's been multiple bombings in Tehran. It's getting really, really bad. They're using missiles. They're using kamikaze drones, which is wild. I don't know if you've seen
Wow,
those.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they just fly. They see the target and they just fucking fly straight into it and blow it up into pieces.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's some really scary stuff out there. The other problem that we're having is, and a lot of people worry about this one, are we going to nuclear war with them? Because we can.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about Incirlik in Turkey?
No.
So there's a little place in Turkey called Incirlik. They have nuclear weapons there. The United States has, I believe, 50 nuclear gravity bombs, like just placed there. They left them there as part of their agreements with NATO. NATO said, we want to have those there in case shit goes south, whether it's in the Middle East or in the areas that cover the European Union. And we want to make sure that we can use it accordingly if we need it. And the United States, you know us, we have bombs everywhere.
Yeah, so who has access to it? Just us or everyone?
It's in a small American base ran by Americans and NATO. So it's just sitting there. We could use those at any time, but there's also fear of having those weapons being stolen, you know, because they're just sitting there. Anybody
Right.
can go in and take them if you're like crafty enough. So we got those over there so they can, Turkey is at risk. Obviously, Israel is getting the shit bombarded out of them. I don't know if you've seen the recent maps.
I have, but that's why I don't understand why Israel wants this. Because obviously they're going to be impacted.
Yeah, Bibi Netanyahu is one of those people that just fucking hates anybody that is a possible threat to them. It doesn't even have to be real. They just have to be scared. It's the same what happened with the Palestinians, you know. So we got now a country that is harboring 92 million residents that are being attacked, that they're going to fucking hate them even more, and that they're definitely going to hate the United States after this, more than they already did. So it's a very, very uncomfortable, difficult situation for everybody in the region. I don't know what's going to happen, because at this point, if it lasts longer than it should, then Congress is going to have to step in.
I was just going to ask that. What are the ramifications for him? Can they charge him with anything, or what do they do?
You know, it's questionable because we don't know if he is committing war crimes yet. I would say it's pretty possible because you're bombing areas where there's civilians, you know, like what happened with that school. There's also death in our own soldiers, which is terrible. I already know that there's 2 that died at that Navy base that got attacked by Iran, and multiple of them got injured. But, you know, you saw him in his public addressing to the situation saying, well, there's people that are going to die in wars. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, but not your children and not your loved ones.
And an unnecessary war.
Completely unnecessary. He just wants to send people to die so he can get everyone distracted on the fact that he's supporting a pedophile.
My God, supporting he is.
That's another one, right?
Allegedly, right?
Allegedly. There's a lot of solid evidence coming out. Every fucking week, there's something new in regards to his relationship with Epstein. And we still don't know what's going to happen with that. It's still under evaluation. But it is one of the saddest situations I've ever seen. And now we are at risk of getting into a very, very heavy armed conflict that is completely unnecessary. There's a lot of terrorist organizations that support Iran. So even if Iran can reach these places that are far away, they still got the Shiites, they have Hezbollah, and they can go and do their bidding and place bombs in places that we don't know about, commit terrorist acts, get people and make them hostages of the war. This is like very, very, very bad. It creates a state of unease for the entire fucking Middle East. And the one who started it is no other than Donald Trump.
Why do you think the military, I mean, I guess they have to listen to him, right? Like they have to carry out what he says, I guess. But if it's not approved by Congress, why do you think they aren't pushing back?
Do you know that That is a fantastic question. And a lot of people were asking me that yesterday on a TikTok live. They're like, why are U.S. military soldiers following an unlawful order?
Exactly.
It's a great question. It's a question that makes you think because they are supposed, under the Constitution of the United States, not to follow unlawful orders. But think about it. What is going to happen today if they say no? They're going to
Yeah.
send up to a military stockade. They're going to be like thrown in a prison in Leavenworth. And it's going to also affect the way that our government approaches United States citizens that are not willing to do the devil's bidding. It's a very tough
It's a
situation for them.
dangerous spot to be in.
It is one of the most horrible things you'll ever see. And to make matters worse, there's division in Congress too with Republicans that are not agreeing with this shit.
Yeah. More people are turning against him every day. That's why I'm just like mind blown that he's pulling this crap because midterms are coming.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people don't support what he's doing.
There was a recent article of a guy that was an ex-CIA officer saying that he has connections with a lot of people, obviously, in the government, and that J.D. Vance is not agreeing with this entirely and is trying to enter into negotiations so that he can guarantee some type of peaceful, decision between them so that we don't keep going at it. And I heard that Tulsi Gabbard is also supporting him.
Wow.
Yeah, and I imagine it's because he knows that he's the candidate for the presidency of the United States for the
Yeah.
Republican Party. I mean, there's nobody else that can run for the Republican Party right now, only him.
You know, you're going to laugh at this one. Did you see at the State of the Union when he was like bragging about Rubio?
Oh,
Everyone kept saying, oh, he just named the next president of the United States. Like Rubio's going to run.
Oh my fucking
Can you
God.
imagine?
No, he would need he would need way bigger ears than the one he has now to even have a
Oh,
chance.
He just looks defeated all the time.
You know what's crazy with Rubio? A lot of people are blaming him for the war.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of conversations going on how irresponsible he has been, not only with the handling of Venezuela, but also with Iran.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I think he's in a little bit over his head because one thing is to go into Iran with a couple of tier one operators to pick up someone than it is to do it in Venezuela. You can easily go and pick up Maduro in Venezuela with a couple of Navy SEALs and pull him out. They did it and it was simple, but Iran is a different monster.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very different situation. It's a large place. It has a lot of firepower. It has a lot of trained, armed human beings. It's one of those places that you don't want to fuck with unless you have to, you know?
Yep.
But we'll see what happens. At this point, it's a matter of time and the clock is ticking. This is not supposed to last long. He's calling it a war, which in and of itself is idiotic because he's by himself saying that what he is doing is illegal under the Constitution and Article 2. But also, at one point, we're going to have to consult Congress. And I hear that they're already pulling papers, trying to find out where they can express themselves on this and say, hey, listen, this is like a little bit too much,
What's the end game? Like, what is he trying to accomplish?
Well, for sure, they wanted to take the Ayatollah out, and they already did.
But they keep going.
That's another fucking problem. At one point, I think that they were asking him, well, who's going to be the next in power? Which is something that he never really solves. After he gets everybody distracted, he always ends up putting somebody into power, or they put somebody into power that is even worse than the last person. It's what happened in Venezuela with the Minister of Oil. That woman is fucking insane, and now she's running everything. So what did you solve? You took Maduro, but you didn't really did anything to make things better for the people of Venezuela. They're still fucked. So it's one of those things where he's making decisions irrationally just to distract people from the Epstein files. But at the end of the day, he's not solving the true problems at hand. He's not doing anything to make things better. It's one of the most idiotic things I've ever seen. But people don't realize how much power the president has. So he running his mouth and going crazy like this is benefiting no one.
He didn't pull this kind of crap during his first term. Like, he did awful things, but this is like another level of crazy.
Yeah, he just looks desperate to win the midterms. I think he's highly worried that he's going to lose the midterms because then after everybody's out and Congress is controlled by Democrats, then he's fucked. He's not going to
Can't
be
do
able to do
anything.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting. We'll see what happens. And on top of that, Mexico is going wild right now.
I haven't seen anything the last couple days, but the first few days were pretty brutal.
It was scary. Shout out to the good people of Mexico. I have a lot of friends in Acapulco. It worries me because now the cartel, over the death of El Mencho, has managed to take out vengeance and retaliation in the streets of Mexico and Acapulco. They're lighting things on fire. Cars, Costco, public buildings, hotels. They went into the airport and started shooting people. Something straight out of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It was very scary shit.
Yeah, I saw videos of them like just driving up to like a gas station and just taking people out.
Yeah, it's horrific. They're shooting a lot of innocent human beings. I have a lot of influencers that are on TikTok that are my friends, and a lot of people that are personally known that live there that are going through a very hellish situation in Mexico. It's one of the saddest things I ever seen. And to make matters worse, they are saying that they're going to keep on doing it, that they're not going to stop. They don't have like a plan or anything in place. And the government and Claudia Sheinbaum don't seem to be doing anything about it, which worries me.
Yeah, were we involved? I've heard that we were involved or we gave intel, but I never heard the final say on it.
There's been rumors for a very long time that the United States is providing weapons to the cartel. I believe it because we've done fucking worse. I mean, we've allowed them to send drugs into the United States for the longest time. But I also realize that even though that may or may not be true, it doesn't change the fact that the biggest consumer of drugs, whether it's prescription-based or illegal, in the entire planet is the United States of America.
Yeah.
We consume more controlled substances, Schedule 1 substances, than any other country in the world. This is like a known fact. So if we don't stop consuming these drugs, the seller is not just going to stop.
No,
you know, these people,
supply and demand, right?
it's classic capitalism and supply and demand. They are going to keep selling it to us. Sometimes they'll even send tons of it, expecting for half of it to be taken, and they still make money off of it.
Of course.
It is one of the craziest things I ever seen. But Mexico worries me now because I don't want innocent people being taken out over shit that they can't control.
Well, it's going to affect them in so many ways. Like innocent people getting taken out, tourism is going to plummet because everyone's going to be afraid to go.
Yeah, the tourism part is very tragic because that's one of the few things that provides income and provides jobs for people. Mm-hmm. And now if you're going to eliminate that, who the hell is going to travel to Mexico after all this shit? And it's been going on for years. There's something about these cartels. This is actually a new one that has taken over the region. And ever since they killed El Mencho, they fucking lost their shit. Apparently the dude was running everything over there. And I don't know, man. It's looking very sad. My heart goes out and my best wishes and thoughts to the people of Mexico. There's a lot of good ones out there that are suffering. And I hope that you're staying safe and protected from all this disaster going on.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Last but not least, what you watching? We haven't done the what you watching.
We need a little jingle for what you watching.
What you watching? I haven't done like a little jingle. I always sing my horrible voice. I'm not a great singer. But yeah, man, what you watching? We know what we're going to talk about in this what you watching episode.
Lots of reality trash.
Oh my fucking God. Love is blind. Viral with these two fucking idiots.
Oh my God.
That don't know what the hell they're doing out there, man.
It like makes me think it's almost scripted. Like they're so dumb.
It's not scripted.
I know it's not. You can tell, but it feels like it should be.
These men are like this. You've seen them. You've gone out on dates with them.
I know. I've dated them.
They're very real, these motherfuckers. Let's start with the most horrible one that has been going around on the internet, like everywhere. I seen it on TikTok, which is funny that we watch the show on Netflix, but then we see other people reacting to it heavily, which is the situation with Chris and the doctor.
The Pilates guy.
The Pilates motherfucker. Now you got centers of Pilates like putting signs saying he's not allowed in
He's
here.
not welcome here.
I thought it was great.
You know what's crazy about him is it was bad enough when he body shamed her and tried to bring her down so that he could feel better, right? But then he went back, right? And acted like nothing happened. They got into this episode and he was hitting on one of the other fiancés, and then 5 minutes later is talking to the girl he just body shamed and acted like they could get together and hang out.
That motherfucker is the evidence that short men are crazy and insecure
And delusional.
and complete delulu out the wazoo, where he thought that he had the caucasity to go to a woman who's an internal medicine physician with a license to practice medicine and look at her straight in the eyes and say, well, you know, I only date girls that do Pilates and I'm attracted to this. I'm like, dude, nobody's going to want you. Nobody wanted you now. Then your short, stupid ass, your short, misogynist, crazy ass. But now they're really not going to fucking like you. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what makes you think that you can judge another human being like that so heavily? Mm-hmm. A person that is doing good by society, that is saving human beings alive, that fought through the bullshit of COVID and getting like harassed by MAGA nut jobs saying that the vaccine was fake, and she still manages to get up every day in the morning, go over there, and do something that you're not even remotely close to doing, you stupid prick.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm so, like, I don't know her, obviously, but I'm proud of her for the way she handled the entire thing, because she didn't go crazy or, like, get crazy emotional, but she just kind of looked at him in awe, like, are you insane? And stayed very calm, but still put him in his place.
She did amazing. And like you said, he thought he could go back to that bar, because I'm telling you, that show, if you want to see the worst things happen, is always in those fucking bars.
When they all get together. Right?
Every time they get together, some shit is going down, you know it. Mm-hmm. And that was the one with them where she's like looking at him like, no, to me, you're like done already. You thinking we're going to go out again? And then he's like, well, you know, I think you're attractive. I think you have dark features. He's like, I don't give a shit what you think about me, dog. I don't need you to make me feel like I look great or I don't look great. Your words are irrelevant to this matter. I thought she was fantastic.
She was amazing.
And now there's his exes and people that know him personally coming out on the internet, on TikTok, saying, yeah, he's as bad as you saw, if not worse.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was great. Shout out to that woman. I mean, she was amazing. She did a really good job. And I believe her name was Jessica.
I think so, too. And, you know, I saw this morning that everyone's asking her, like, how did you not know that he wasn't liberal or he didn't align with your views? But I guess she asked. Like, that was one of the first things she asked. And he led her to believe that
he lied to her.
Yeah, that he was not
he was
conservative,
liberal.
that he was not a misogynist. And honestly, I had high hopes for him. The way they edited it, the first few episodes, I thought they were going to be a great couple. But then he turned.
There's a lot of MAGA men out there that lie about their political beliefs and will tell you they're liberal and will tell you, oh, yeah, you know, and Trump. And then boop, something switches later and they're like, oh, yeah, you know, I voted for him. I'm a little bit ashamed, but, you know, politics. Huh? Politics. They always say the same shit. You know, these politics are crazy out here. Politics.
Did you ever notice they won't say they voted for Trump? They will just like, yeah, I did vote for the guy that no one likes. Like, they'll never say his name. Like, if they say it out loud, then they actually have to admit it.
The guy that no one likes. No, listen, bitch, this is not an episode of Harry Potter. You can say his fucking name. This is okay. You know, you fucked up, own it, land on it, and learn from it. But they're doing none of that. They're just trying to hide it and say, oh, this is not what I voted for. Oh, yeah, the con man. The con man took you for granted and lied to you. These people are so fucking, these men are so dumb. Which brings us to the next one. Alex, the fucking day trader with no license who has never traded anything in his fucking life.
He is the worst. I get very anxious watching him.
He's horrific. My dream is to be in Dubai with a safe house. A safe house? Motherfucker, you're not a CIA operative. What is this safe house shit?
This is the same man who pretended he was on conference calls with the White House, right?
Oh my God! Did you saw that video with the little earpiece? Well, I'm listening right now to Jerome Powell on the White House, and I'm trying to. I'm like, bitch, what are you talking about? You won't even make it as a soccer coach for little kids in Florida. You're a homeless bullshit artist with no home, no job, no future, no income. You're a goddamn ninja.
And gives his girl a problem about actually having a career.
Oh my fucking God, bro. I have never seen anything more disastrous. Ladies, listen to me. If a man tells you he's a day trader, but he drives a Corolla, he's not. He's completely full of garbage. Stop listening to the bullshit of these MAGA red-pilled misogynist men that are lying to you. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I guess that's Ohio for you, bro. Because all of them are MAGA. Mm-hmm. Including the fucking teddy bear guy who he doesn't know he's black yet. Devontae. He's having like an existential crisis. Oh, I usually don't date women of color.
Oh my God.
I'm like,
and he could not have ended up with a more beautiful woman.
Yeah, she's great. She's Latina. She's hot. She's like, got things going on for her. She got his own little nail parlor underneath this fucking house.
She's paying her own bill. She's doing great.
Man, this motherfucker is like, I don't date women of color. What? Negro, have you seen yourself in the fucking mirror lately?
That's the funniest part, right?
Your tubby ass hasn't realized where you're at, huh? You got a lot of these fucking 4s and 3s men that are like lowly rated and they think they're hot shit.
Oh my God, it's so embarrassing.
But that idiot with the soccer was like blowing me away. I'm like, and then he didn't want to have sex with her because, you're staining. You're the most unclean. You're going to get pregnant. I'm like, dude, are you like in the 1800s right now? What is this shit?
God, I'm so uncomfortable watching him. It's really bad.
You have to give me your monitoring, give me your chart so I know, I got to know where you're sitting at, baby, because I don't want to get you pregnant. A lot of places I got to be. We either go to Arizona or we go to Florida or we go to Qatar and we have a safe house. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking nobody. You have no job. He's like unemployed. I am positive.
He is unemployed. He's a day trader.
Not even. He doesn't have a license. Didn't her dad ask her, do you have a license? And he's like, whoa, I had it, but I lost it. But now I haven't rehabilitated it and I haven't paid for the course. And I'm like, bro, you're not a day trader. He's one of those dudes that goes in, looks at everything, and it's like, oh, yeah, if I can only invest in this.
He keeps talking about this finance opportunities that he has everywhere. Like, no, you don't. But the craziest part about that situation is somehow in that fight they had sitting at the table where she was like trying to figure out where they were going to live and what's going on with her job. And he's like just giving bullshit answers. Somehow she ended up coming back to him and taking the blame for everything in that conversation. So that's a little bit on her too. What the hell are you doing?
Because she's MAGA. She's conservative. This is the problem with conservative women who have been brainwashed by their parents, saying bullshit to them every day on how they need to love God, and she has her little cross and Jesus. And then it's like, now you're being treated like shit by a man who doesn't know what he wants, who has no direction. You're better than him, but you still manage to fall back into these internal misogynistic roles, and you're not learning from the situation. This is the problem with these women that follow MAGA. Red-pilled, internalized misogyny women are destroying their lives, and they don't realize it.
I think I get so hopeful for her because she asks the right questions. She gives him a little bit of a hard time about his answers, but then it just falls right back into, I'm the good wife.
It's the saddest thing
really
I've ever
bad.
seen. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. And he doesn't even like her. He's not attracted to her. He likes a little bit of Latina color. The Latinas. Is that how Megyn Kelly says it?
Oh, my God.
What a fucking disaster. I can't wait. The last episode is this week, and the weddings are coming. And none of these motherfuckers are getting married.
No, I can't wait for the reunion.
That is going to be a saucy one. Oh, my God.
I hope. Sometimes Love is Blind drops the ball on the reunions, but hopefully not this year.
They might disappoint on this one, but it's going to be wild when we see that shit. Holy crap. I can't wait. It's going to be great. Keep doing it, Netflix. Keep giving us other people's problems. That way Tab and I can realize how good we're fucking doing. We're killing it.
That's really sad.
We will never do fucking worse than these people. I'll tell you that.
Let's hope not.
Oh, my God, no. We're doing great, baby. You know me. I'm all about the anti-misogyny. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to do in the house.
There's that pink pill coming in.
Jokey jokes, people. It's okay. Luisito's not misogynist, not yet. You'll be fine. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I think we covered everything. 1 hour, we did it. We've been sticking to the agenda. This is good.
Yeah.
I like it. 1 hour is sufficient. Well, I'm going to put this out hopefully tomorrow. So by Monday, you guys are going to have all the episodes. Make sure you like and follow. If you haven't followed me on this awesome podcast that you're looking at right now, please do so. Mofongo Wars Podcast, Luisitorio 787. The link is available on Insta. I have it on TikTok. Please make sure you support me here on YouTube, because as we grow this podcast, it's only going to get fucking better. And we're going to keep putting good content out there. But I need your support because TikTok is paying shit. And my hospital bills are not getting better.
We need to work on some guests for you.
Oh, my fucking God. I got 2 more this week, so we definitely need to bring some guests. I'm trying to get Good Trouble in. I think Good Trouble will be awesome.
He's so close. That would be fun.
Yeah, he's like 30 minutes right there in Denver, and there's a lot of good people. Maybe I can get Leslie Jones one day to come to our house and hang out. We'll give her some Puerto Rican food, and she can do a podcast with us.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of people, a lot of good people out there. Well, thank you guys for coming in, and we'll keep you posted. Do you have anything else to add?
Never.
This is so frustrating.
Okay, I'm going to say stay away from Stay away.
Ay, Dios mío.
Nothing. It's
Ay, Dios
nothing.
mío, gran poder del Señor de los Jesucristo, de los amados, misericordia. Tell me.
Stay away from mountain lions.
Oh, my fucking God. We already knew that one. All right, people. Thank you guys for coming in. Luis Osorio and Tabata Wise saying goodbye to you. Take care of yourself and each other. Se les quiere de gratis, mi gente. Que tengan buen día.